Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's up, guys? It's Sam or the Portuguese Mofo here, and figured to do a quick battle replay, commentary, analysis here of a battle I fought yesterday against Giuliano. I don't know why I was struggling so hard yesterday. Giuliano. I still kind of do, you know, words they can be had. But this was on Guma Field, and yeah, I kind of push right. I think it's the morale shrine that's there, if I remember correctly. But before we get going here, I'll just take a quick look at the armies we brought. So I have Great Guard and Yari Cav on each flank. Yep, so I got two of them. Right, 2 Yaris, 2 Great Guards, split to each flank. I've got Naginata attendants, 2 of them, matched with Matchlock Samurais. Alright, and then I've got 1, 2, 3 Katanas with 1, 2, actually just 1 Warrior Monk, and then that's right, I brought a Yari Ashigaru, of course, my general, and I also have the Daikyus. We have the Morale Shrine, right? It's just called the Shrine, but it's for morale. To the right here, and then we have the workshop over here to the left. So here I apply some pressure over here if I remember correctly, but I mainly focus this side. It was just a decision I made at the start, if I remember correctly. I think it does hurt me in the long run, but we'll take another look at it. And then Giuliano here, he has Nodachi Samurai on his left flank, right? He's got these groups of Matchlock Samurai and Yari Ashigaru. He's got so he's got 2 of those groups, and then he's got a Yari Ashigaru with Matchlock Warrior Monks in the other group. He's got Daiki Samurai here in loose formation. Take a note of that there. He's got Fire Cav and Light Cav. Alright, he's got his General's Bodyguard here, who's a melee general. Yeah, pretty much all the way through, but he does have standard fight. So more of a leadership general, actually, from the looks of it, with melee additions. And then on each flank, he's got these groups of Yari Ashigaru with the Nodachi, with actually just 2 Nodachis. Actually, that was in a battle before, so I think, but yeah, on this flank here, right, gonna go take over the workshop here. You know, I like how we built this army, honestly. Yeah, you know, I guess I like it. Anyways, let's carry on. Let the battle begin. So, alright, like I said, I'm gonna push right here. I'm going to try and get my guns in good positions. You know, it's like anything, right? Especially like I lose this battle, right? You can always do things better. But we'll see. Yeah, so, right, I'm going to try and go match his light cav over here. Because, yeah, he did have 2 hidden in the woods there from the looks of it. Yep, correct. Right, just gonna go and try and give some challenge to that, you know, try and keep him honest, but I do know I'm not in a good position over here, so I think I try and get a quick charge on his light cav, and then I am gonna try and get out of there, but I think he ends up catching me, right, and there's a point of like spreading yourself too thin on this, right, and I run into this struggle every once in a while where it's like swinging from opposite sides of the battlefield, right? Debug camera can help with that a lot. Right, but continuing to push over here. I did want to move my general up farther to try and get some shots off. I'm trying to get away here, right? But he's got the light cav chasing so that he can catch and pin us down, right? And then get his stronger fire cav in there. So he's got shots going off. He's got his off first, and there is a line of sight, but yeah, so they're not shooting, right, which means they don't have line of sight, but that is because of those Naginata attendants, so I gotta just reassess how I handle this. Now they're getting their shots off, right, which is good, but they took, you know, they got hit a little bit. So we're starting to turn this around a little bit. Right, I brought my other cav over because I knew that they were going to need some assistance if I was going to be able to pull out of that fight, because my cav in all technicality is stronger, right? But I put a group of mine in a bad situation over there, right? Just too isolated. Yeah, and this, right? A little too quick to rush. I know I have the woods.
Our men are running from the battlefield. Shameful display.
So we're gonna work to get there. Working with my, I've got, yeah, the katanas and my Yari Ashigaru over here. I was able to get them in the spear wall. He's looking to maneuver around though, get on the flank. Okay, they routed. All right, I've got my Naginata warrior monks here. Yep, he was able to get Yari Ashigaru in here. I think I maybe get a few of my cav away, but it's gonna be too little too late. Right in here, he's just starting to get shots here. Good L-shaped ambush. You know, I've got mine here, but really not a good position here, right? Trying to shoot back at those, just trying to give them challenge. But here comes his other light cav, right? Getting a good rear charge right into my matchlocks here. It's a good charge there. You know, I've got too much over here, right? Like a little too blobbed up in spaces. I gotta be better about that. Right, I do believe they do come back. Now I'm trying to get my cav back, and I think I end up losing that Great Guard to those Yaris. So really at the end of the day, I'm trying to sort of salvage myself over here. If I ever do, I'd charge them back? No, I get charged here by this light cav, which I actually don't even think he was charging my general. I think he was chasing. Maybe those attendants is just weirdly how they were moving there. I guess I could have looked at that. I always forget that I can use spacebar to see exactly where I'm trying to move things. I should say forget to utilize it really, right? You know, I use it so much in battle. You know what I mean? Think I would use it more in replays. But, so right here I know I'm, it's like, yeah, I know I'm in pretty rough shape. It's like, alright, I could try and run my matchlocks back, but at this point, you know, I still got these katanas fighting. I'm trying to just keep them in here. I've got these attendants. But, you know, I'm just too thin now, right? And I actually forgot. Like, I didn't notice them. You know, I gotta be better. Like, sometimes I do a good job of paying attention to those units that routed maybe a little early, right? Like they have, I mean, 45 isn't much and 50 isn't a crazy amount, but sometimes if you can get them back into the fight, it can help a lot, right? Sort of salvage situations. But you know, carrying on the fight here. Ooh, yeah, getting some shots into the back of my general there, and really it's like, I know I've lost here. Just kinda, I think I just let my Daikyu stand here now. It's just like, alright, let the fight happen. I charged my general into his Nodachis there. Right, I've got these katanas actually winning this fight here. Actually, they're just running away. But pretty soon, I'm just gonna start routing. Do I ever end up moving them? I don't think I did. Or it was super late, and they just routed right after I started moving. They don't get back into the fight. Yep, there they go. They start to move there, and yeah, so I mean, I think he did a great job, right? Just first keeping the cav, which was a really strong part of my army, just pinned down over here, so it couldn't really support over here. And then getting the first shots on my matchlock samurai. Those Naginata attendants being right, it's like I feel like they were blocking the line of sight a little bit. Rethink maybe some of that stuff, but good game to my opponent. He did a really good job, and we played some other games, or 2v2, and so yeah, good game to him. And let's get to the unit stats. What were his you know, best performing units what were mine, and then we'll carry on, and I'll probably just honestly look for games. But yeah, I've had a lot of fun games over the last 2 days, which has been good. Um, it's good to get actual matches in. But get one for the record here. So, right. So pretty close in our right kill death ratio there. You know, he had the numbers. So my general, right, did solid. Just good with the bow. I mean, my Great Guard did good, but I didn't use my cav to great effect, right? These are just strong veteran units. They should do well, right? They're kind of, it's the thing about Great Guard, right? They're a cav that can sometimes win even in a situation where maybe you were outmaneuvered. They're just strong like that, right? My Matchlock Samurai, you know, just I was able to get some good shots off, but it was just overwhelmed by his. He got the first shots, right? Those Daikus. I need to be more effective with, right, when I bring one Daiku or both, Warrior Monk, just be more effective in their use and picking targets and even positioning. So just continue to think about those things. My katanas, right, they did solid. They were, I'm pretty sure, over on the right flank with the Yari Shigaru that didn't do great. And then the Magneto Warrior Monks didn't do great either. Yeah, not fantastic. But I'm pretty sure they're the ones on the far right. Could be mistaken there. But anyways, so for Giuliano, the Matchlock Warrior Monks, it's a decent day from the Warrior Monks there. Right, solid. That's a good kill death, right? Those Nodachis, decent day. Lost a lot of guys, but right, we're able to kill a lot of guys. Yeah, just that's a decent kill death ratio, 3-to-1, pretty much right there. Fire Cav, solid, and although the light cav didn't do good, right, they did a good job, right? They held my own cav away from the fight into some Yaris that were back there with them, right, with the fire cav, which were able to fight for pretty effectively, and I'm sure it was this unit right here that was able to get that late charge into those matchlocks. So yeah, really good game to my opponent. Come across this, hope you learned something, hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.